Welcome to another video edition of Pacific Northwest Best Life. You can always go to pnwbestlife.com for everything you need to know to experience the great outdoor recreation of the Pacific Northwest. Today we're talking about rigging and dropping shrimp pots. We'll also talk about how to store and process your shrimp. We've been out shrimping near Vashon Island and Hood Canal this season. We've done okay. There's just nothing like pulling up a pot full of shrimp though, and we're going to try to help you get rigged up for that. One of the most important parts about rigging your shrimp pots is having adequate weight. You look at the popular Bomac SMI square pot here, they're only about 10 pounds unweighted, and so you can see I've added some home gym weights that I never really use anyways, and secured them with parachute cord to be on balanced ends of the pot to get it to about 30 pounds. The other really important aspect of shrimp pot rigging is how modular the system is. What you see here is a quick link attached to a C-link, and that C-link is connected to another C-link on the main line. This allows the system to come apart very easily, very quickly. And that's important because when you have a lot of shrimp gear on the boat and you're pulling pots and dropping pots, there's a lot going on, and the more you can break it up and manage it, the better off you're going to be. Now we're going to talk about kind of putting it all together with this popular style shrimp pot here on Puget Sound. Get your bait, drop it in. You can also hang it from the inside. To get to the inside, you've got this additional chamber here. You could put it here, put a hanging bait over here. I could keep it simple and just drop the canister right in and ready to go. And secure that. Again, with this one I have a quick link to a C-link, and I've got my 400 feet of rope, and as it's going over, just gonna C-link them together real quick, and I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna let 10 feet of line out, and then I'm gonna throw my pot anchor on, and the rest of the system is all interchangeable. The rest of it's all the exact same on the fast fishing pots as well. Now on the other end of the main line, I've got another C-link connected to the long line snaps that are on this buoy stick, and that's the primary flotation for the pots. And then we also have an additional insurance buoy, which we'll talk about here in a minute, that we additionally attach to the flotation system. But let's see dropping pots in action here on our trip in Hood Canal. So we've already attached the pot to the main line and dropped it over. Now we've attached the pot anchor, and we're about to toss that over after about 10 feet, and I'm going to drop the pot all the way down. There you go. There we go. Shot. Let's do that one there.
Oh, ah! Yes, that was an accident. No accidents on this
Yours
boat.
was an accident. Chris was on purpose.
I felt like it might have been on purpose.
Go straight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. My bad. I was just.
You just got a little excited.
One of the rules of dropping your shrimp pots and getting all the gear overboard is thou shalt not hit each other with the buoys, but we clearly broke that rule there on our Hood Canal trip. What you see here is the insurance buoy, which we're going to talk about next and how that's important. I'm going to attach one more bit of flotation, and why I do it in two parts is I don't want so much flotation that, again, I'm lifting my pot off of the bottom based on the activity on the top. But I've got another piece of flotation here as insurance. Let's say for some reason this pot decides to walk down into deeper water. Now my buoy here is submerged, and this might be the only thing above water that's allowing me to find it and hopefully retrieve my very expensive pot that's hopefully got shrimp in it. Okay, so we've had a full day of shrimping around Vashon Island on the 6-hour opener on May 11th, and we're looking for our last pot of the day. It's almost 1 o'clock. It's almost time to have all the pots out of the water, and we can't find our buoy stick. All we can find is this yellow buoy sticking up out of the water, and some people next to it pulling their pots. We don't know exactly how it happened. All we know is our buoy stick got pulled underwater, the top buoy got separated from the stick, and the only thing showing was this insurance buoy still attached to everything. As you can see here, you can see the rest of it is underwater. We never would have found that buoy stick without the extra insurance buoy. Really a lifesaver, both in getting our gear up, getting our pot up, which actually had plenty of shrimp in it still, but not losing the $200 investment in pot and pot rigging had we not been able to find it, which would have been a real nightmare, a real disaster. So again, the insurance buoy, definitely an important part of the shrimp pot rigging system that saved us on opening day. Okay, so now you've been able to retrieve your pots. You've got a bunch of yummy, tasty spot shrimp on board. How do you want to handle these? Care for them? Definitely want to keep them on ice, keep them cool. And here's one of the ways you can enjoy these awesome, tasty critters here, which is eat them raw right there on the boat.
This is how shrimping is done. So you gotta do a little twisty of the head.
From here?
Yep, we gotta hold on to the heads. There you go. Get the head off. You can put the heads back in the thing. Now this thing, you can shell it. You get the shell off, and then we just don't need to do anything else. Just eat it.
I thought he was gonna go ahead and take the shrimp. Oh man!
Oh yeah, come on, right?
Oh, dude! That's legit. That's what's up.
Come on.
Don't hate.
If you want to take them home and store them for later use, there's basically two strategies you can use to keep them good. One is to process them on your way back to the marina. Keep the heads. The WDFW wants you to keep hold on to those until you get back to the launch, and keep the tails in separate containers for each licensed shrimp fisherman. Or you could keep them alive in Ziploc bags, store them on ice all the way up until you're going to cook them. And that you would only do it that way if you wanted to fry up the heads and suck out the awesomeness that is the shrimp head. If you process them, take the heads off earlier, the heads will quickly degrade, as there's an enzyme that's released as soon as they're killed, and you only have a short window of time to do anything with them before any of the meat or anything will be ruined. So you want to handle it, in a particular way if you plan to suck out the heads. You got to keep them alive up until cooking time. All right, that's it for today's shrimp pot rigging and processing video here. If you enjoyed this, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more good videos on how to enjoy the incredible outdoor recreation of the Pacific Northwest.